But to look your enemy in the eye, knowing you'll remember his face for the rest of your life, now that takes a stomach much stronger than you'll ever have.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Gull Survives. I was going through some screenshots a couple of days ago in order to try and sort my backgrounds out. I wanted to do a little slideshow background with some new well, not new screens, but I've rearranged my office, and I wanted to do a little slideshow background for the 3 screens that I've now got in my office. And I was looking primarily at Star Trek Armada III and Ages of the Federation screens, and there's something about just looking at those screenshots again and thinking, damn, we did a good job on that, that made me want to come back and play a little bit of Star Trek Armada III. It's been quite some time since I've done a playthrough on the channel of it. As you can imagine, you get a little bit burnt out when you're modding it and you're looking at it every day, but there's something that really made me want to go back to it. So I've set up a little game for myself. This will be a single player match, and we're playing the TFF, the Final Frontier expansion of the latest version that's out. I'm going to be playing as the Klingon Empire, and we've got lots of enemies in this one. I don't know how long this playthrough is going to continue, but we have got a couple of Federation, I think 1 Klingon, a couple of Romulans, and a couple of Cardassians to face me, so it should be quite an interesting one. They're all set to hard mode. Let's just take a look at our victory options. God, the music there was getting a little bit too epic for my liking. I couldn't cope. Allied victory is off, as are all the other types of victory conditions. We've got fastest income rates, build speed. Yes, that's a word. And research. And we've turned quick start on. Pirates are active. Random events are active. I'm probably going to regret that. And I've turned outlaw sectors off because I think they're stupid. Normal culture speed, normal victory speed, because neither of these are necessarily going to factor too much in my playthrough, and normal ship speeds, otherwise they look a little bit silly zipping around all over the place. Normal fleet sizes as well, unlocked teams, so I can engage in a bit of diplomacy should I choose to, and I think it's probable that I'll need to. But without further ado, let's get on with playing as the Klingon Empire. This could be quite a fun playthrough. I may get absolutely trounced. It's been, as I say, quite some time since I picked up Star Trek Armada III, and yeah, I think the quality of my play has probably suffered a little bit as a result. It's been quite some time since I played Sins in general. Oh dear. There are 3 things to remember about being a starship captain. Keep your shirt tucked in, go down with a ship, and never abandon a member of your crew. Unless it's convenient. Come on, Catherine, let's be honest about you. Weren't exactly one for following the rules that you placed down, were you? Okay, so let's get Auto Scout on the go for these guys.
Ready to build.
Now, as many of you know, with Quick Start active, you get... Where's my thingamajiggy down there? Right, let's pause the game for a moment, because I think we're going to need to change some interface options. I want phase lanes, I want gravity wells. Don't want those. I would like info cards because I think they're quite useful. Should we show names? Let's show names because it's fun to do that. So, what should happen is I should get me info card now. Yes, I have. There we go. That's the battle station tug I was looking for. I don't know about this. I don't know why this is coming down here like that. There's probably some kind of option for that. We'll leave it there for the time being. Unpause. Let's get the battle station right here so it protects my shipyards and my KDF strategic command. We're also going to need some civilian research. I really hope this music isn't too loud. It's a little bit more epic than I'd intended. Let's take a look at the High Council. I will want some tritanium.
We have detected a new planet.
Oh, a new planet. Just what I needed. We need some additional tritanium and dilithium mining camps. We should, as soon as is practical, get our Ravenous on the go, and we also need some
We
Brels.
do not have enough
resources. We found Izuria, and Edgeworth.
New planet.
Oh wow, it's pretty. Oceanic of some form. What is it? Class M Paradise Moon. Ooh, like Ryza Mev. I'd forgotten about Mev. Oh my. Let's take a look at our research again, get some dilithium on the go, and maybe a couple more Brels.
We do not have enough resources.
Well,
You honor my house.
can't blame anybody but you for that, can we?
We have detected a new planet.
And a bit of a wobble there, Mr. Brell. This is not how we drive. Fly? Drive? Fly? I don't know. This is not how we engage in spaceflight. Ha ha! There is the Ravenous.
Go there.
Go there indeed. We'll get a Goroth squadron first and foremost, which is the bomber.
Station construction.
And we're going to go for colonize immediately because it's going to be useful to us. That's probably not what I would go for
You
in a
honor
multi...
my house.
Thank you. I'm glad I own a house. That's probably not what I would go for in a multiplayer match, but we're playing single player here. I think we'll get away with it. More dilithium mining camps, please. We're also going to go for this Spartan architecture because it's going to allow us to build things more cheaply.
What?
We're getting there now. We've nearly got enough ships to have a look around. The first planet that we're likely to go for is Azuria, and then we'll go to Edgeworth. Can we take the Class M Paradise Moon? We can. And also the Class D Selenic Moon. So we've got 4 planets that we can go to immediately and colonize, which is pretty amazing stuff. And a Class M Metropolis world. Ooh, my. This is not a bad start. This is not a bad start at all. I think we're quite fortunate here. Don't know what kind of start our enemies have got yet. Could be better, could be far worse than ours.
We do not have enough resources.
Right, let's group these guys.
We have detected
Group
a
these
new
guys into a
planet.
fleet, and we will get going with our little fleet. It's not a very big fleet yet, but we'll try and get some more Brels as we go. I do want to build a second civic research lab as well. Mev, you should automatically join the fleet. Yes, you have done. Very good. Very, very good. I think while they're travelling, let's just take a look at the user interface and see if there's something I can get rid of. Ooh, no, that's not it. Ah, Empire Tree Show backdrop, of course. There we go, let's get rid of that.
A new weapon.
Makes it a little bit nicer for us. Do we have enough finances yet to create a second civilian lab? No, we're running a little bit low on credits and also a little bit low on dilithium, which is quite slow. But we do have the research to bump that up as we go. Our station is nearly done. Faster means our ships are off. Very good.
Detected a new planet. Our fleet has arrived.
Destroy them.
Destroy them. Our ships are currently hiding. One thing that Klingon ships do is when they're travelling a long distance, they will cloak themselves. They do become invulnerable, but passive regeneration is disabled. That's something to be aware of.
We have created a
But
new
when they get into the
weapon.
combat zone, they will decloak and they will start firing. Let's just watch that. Sadly, there isn't a really good decloak effect that we have, but that's a limitation of Sins as an engine. Whoop. There they are. And it's shooty time. Shields are nearly down. And the Ravenous here, once it goes in for its first attack run, should really do a number on it. Nice heavy torpedoes there. Oh my. Let's turn those sounds down a smidge. Probably to about here. Dialogue volume just a little below the effect, and UI, yeah, somewhere around here. That should do the job. Oh, still quite loud. Should now have enough cash to grab a second civilian lab. Don't want to grab anything else here, because what I do want to do is I want to upgrade logistical development and get a trade station here ultimately, which will be nice. Let's just see if that's unlocked anything new for us. Ooh, the Imperial Trade Program, how useful.
What?
Everything is now attacking the Rapier Cruiser, which is, I believe, some of the SFC pirates. I think I'm going to split these segments into something along the lines of 20-minute segments, so they're not going to be too long for you to watch. You'll be able to kind of watch them at your leisure and hopefully not get too bored. I do recognise that sometimes it can get a little bit boring unless you're in intense combat for the entire episode, so I think 20 minutes is probably an ideal time format for us.
Destroy them.
Destroy them! And their house. Still really running quite low there on the dilithium. A good thing that some players might choose to do, and this works in both multiplayer and single player, is social specialise their planet. Now if you do that, you can see that we've got quite a good population. That increases your population further and increases your tax rate a smidge. So it does mean that your credits will be a lot better. Something that we've had a lot of questions on, usually on ModDB, but also on Discord a little bit as well, is to do with this. You can see that my credit income is fluctuating pretty wildly. Now, there's a good reason for that, and that's because of the ships themselves. If we click on any of our ships, this one for example here, in fact you can't actually see it properly, but what each ship does is they have a limited cost to your economy, specifically to your credits. And the more ships I have, the more credits it's going to cost me, and I need to keep an eye on that and make sure that I'm still making money. Most players will choose to do that by taking a 20-second or a 15-second window and ensuring that the money overall climbs during that time, because there will be some fluctuation. And of course, the more ships that you have, the wider the fluctuation becomes. So if your money is overall going up, you're okay. If it's overall going down, you probably want to either reduce your fleet size or ensure that your income is improved. And social specialisation on your home world and other high population worlds are a way to do that. Is a way to do that? Yes. Very nearly taken this. Come on. Give it a poke. That should be it. Yep. Duck.
Go there.
Oh, we have some more pirate vessels arriving. But we're going to colonise this world.
Another planet is ours.
Another planet is indeed ours.
Fire all weapons.
Let's fire at our enemies. First thing we want to do is get our titanium mine going. There's only one here, which isn't great. I think I'm going to build a weapons lab. And we're also going to ensure that we're not losing money through our infrastructure, because that can be really detrimental to you in the short term. Let's zoom it out, see if we found anybody. We have found the Fourth Order, which is Cardassian. I'm hoping they'll go Dominion, but I don't know. It is down to random chance, as you all know. But we'll keep our fingers, legs and arms crossed, and hopefully... Oof. We are going to need some more ships as well. Let's grab a few more Brels. They don't cost any dilithium, so I'm not concerned about spending a little bit on them. Magnificent. Another 8 Brels. Love it. Lovely attacks coming in from our Brels. Which are taking a bit of a pasting, but that's okay. Plenty more where they came from. Look at that, the Ravenous coming in for another pass. I think once its torpedoes hit, that's going to be pretty much done for this. There she goes. Excellent. Beautiful little torpedo volley. That finishes the enemy ship off. We're going to move ourselves back to Valenska, which is our start... Valeska, excuse me, which is our starting world. There we go. Excellent. We've got our Imperial lab. What can we do? Mev, what can we do with our Imperial world now? We can take the Raptor class, or we can also improve our weapons or our hull systems. Now, as you may or may not know, if you've played Star Trek Armada 3 a lot, the Klingons are a very hull-tanky race, so they focus mainly on armour and indeed their hull points themselves, and they kind of forego a bit of shielding as a result. So what we'll do is we'll upgrade our armour plating and our hull. There we go, we'll get 2 levels on the hull, and that should make our ships a lot more able to survive in battle. what we'll
honor
also,
my
let's
house.
move our ships down here, and
Go there.
there you go. They are now in a fleet together. And look at that, we've got lots more Brels. Beautiful model there.
You honor my house.
Now, we had a comment on Facebook a couple of days ago with regards to the UI of Star Trek Armada 3. We're very aware that it does look a little bit dated now. That's something that we're aware of. The individual that that messaged us on Facebook said,
What?
I think he said, can you update it because it's terrible. I think that was his the be all and end all of what he said initially. We've had a bit of a discussion since, and I think he understands why we made the UI in the way that we did. This UI, as I say, as many of you may know, is very reflective of the stock Sins UI, so everything is in the same position, which means you should theoretically easily be able to find any of the buttons that you're looking for if you've played stock Sins. This particular individual, I believe he'd only played Sins of the Prophets. Once again, if any of you have played Sins of the Prophets, you know that it's got a pretty incredible UI. It's got one of the best UIs of any mod out there, and as a result of that, I think he expected that all mods would have a similar UI, which of course is not the case. Why are you two different fleets? No, one fleet please. Thank you. Right, let's continue on to Edgeworth. Yes, one thing that we don't think we're ever going to do is we don't think we're ever going to update the UI of Star Trek Armada 3. We've got a brand new UI for Ages of the Federation, and we're happy with the way that that's developing. But we don't think that the same kind of effort is going to be applied to Star Trek Armada 3 at this point. In theory, in wild theory, we've stopped developing Star Trek Armada 3. I know that Caesar's Legion... Hello? The Romulans have found me. I know that Caesar's Legion is looking at some parts of Star Trek Armada 3 that he's not entirely happy with, because he has noticed that there are still some bugs, and he may well organise a patch in the future. But it will be a patch, it won't be a whole new version, there won't be any new stuff. The Gonki Goof! The Goofma! See, now we've got the power of the Klingons going in. When you get a good bank of ships, most of them are forward firing, so you get this absolutely wonderful alpha strike. Boom, and she's done. Take that, Condor? Condor. Wanted to say Peregrine then, but no, they just look similar. I think she's done, nearly. Beautiful. Oh my. Let's just zoom out a smidgen, make sure that we know what we're doing. Have a look at our research again. We have got Spartan architecture, 1 of 2, which means once we settle on a new world now, things will improve just a smidgen and things will become cheaper for us. Very good indeed, very good. I think what we might do is we might just grab a little bit of extra dilithium, go for the second level of Spartan architecture. And we'll also grab a little bit more of this and maybe fully spec actually into social specialization. Make sure our cash income is looking good. Should have colonized this world now. Come on. Don't leave me hanging, bro.
Another planet is ours.
Another planet is ours. Let's upgrade our civic infrastructure as quickly as we possibly can. And we will also take more titanium mines. We're not getting a lot of dilithium here. What have we got over here? Are there any mines? No, good God. Over here? 1 titanium asteroid. Good. We are struggling for dilithium. That's something I'm going to have to be aware of. Only 2 dilithium asteroids here.
Spotted the enemy. We have created a new weapon. department.
Okay, so the Fourth Order is very, very close to us. I think what we'll do is, rather than going to Diogenes, we will,
On my way.
as quickly as we possibly can, we'll go to
Give me
Ra
more
Shalom,
power.
and we will take that world in order to create a little buffer for ourselves. We're also going to get all of our scouts to go and do their thing. Let's take a couple more Brels while we're at it. Do not have enough resources. We will take the third level of hull systems overhaul in order to further improve our hulls. That Brel is so close to death. Poor thing. And you can see, because it's so heavily disabled, its damage output has taken a massive hit and its weapons are disabled. So, oh well, that's highly unfortunate.
Mev.
Do you know what? Since you go in here, just go here.
Our fleet has arrived.
You honor my house.
What have we got? Akamarian frigates and an Akamarian cruiser. Not too bad. We should be able to take them out without too many problems. Oh, this is one of the unique... Well, not unique, but this is one of the vessels that you will see in TFF, but you don't see in Nemesis. There you go. One of the little unique vessels. It's quite tough as well. That's a lot of shield points. Oops. Oh, there goes one of our Brels. Poor Brel. You died as a warrior.
A battle has begun. We do not have enough resources. What is it now?
Oh my, this is a very tough ship. Wasn't expecting such a brutal fight back from the enemy. Let's get some Brel gunnery training so they can disable or damage the weapons of enemies. And we'll also take some extensive battle drills which will improve our pulses. Mev.
Mev.
Come on, Brel
Give
classes.
me more power.
Give more power. Ooh, this will be a hard world to take as well. We've got the sonar over here. Unsurprising, given that it's a Class M Metropolis world. They're a bit terrifying. We haven't even taken the shields down on this vessel yet. Good gravy. Oh, it's invulnerable at the moment. How dare it? Soon it won't be. Oh, she's pasting our vessels because of her invulnerability. That tart. There you go. She's no longer invulnerable. Everybody fire. She has a plasma leak. But incredibly, her shields are still up. What a vessel. What a vessel.
We do not have enough resources.
Go there.
Her shields are finally about to fall. And there they go. But another Brel has died gloriously in battle. Oh my. Come on, Klingons. The Akamarians cannot defeat you.
We have detected a new planet.
Mev. On my way. What?
And there we go. She's become invulnerable again, but her abilities are disabled, which is good. She's a wily beast. She is a wily beast. But of course, I'm sure you all know that we will finish off that vessel and we will take Diogenes. Diogenes or Diogenes? It's got to be Diogenes, hasn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed the first 25 minutes or so of Star Trek Armada 3, our Klingon campaign. Make sure you press the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and there's a little bell button next to it which will inform you every time a video or a new video is produced by the channel. Like the video if you do enjoy the content and you want to see more Star Trek Armada 3, because that always guides me in what kind of series I should be doing for you. And of course, comment. Ask me some questions about Star Trek Armada 3 or anything that you like, and I will try and answer them. I always do look at every comment that you make. For now, this is the Gull, out.